Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode of the Tiny Mini Acrylic Painting Series. I'm live. I'm totally live. You can see my hands while I talk. Usually in my older painting videos, I used to do the painting first and then the voiceover afterwards. But today we're in a new studio with brand new lights and a brand new microphone, brand new workshop. I got my colors ready to go on my palette, my DIY Tupperware palette. And we're going to paint some happy little trees or something because my day started kind of rough because I forgot to pay some taxes. Whoops. Sorry, government. And I got fined. I got fined 50 euros for not paying my taxes. Oh, no. Which kind of sucks. No one likes to pay taxes. And no one likes to pay fines for taxes. But what do you do when taxmen bring you down? You go sit down and paint your woes away with some happy little trees or something. So that's what we're doing today. I got some white, I got some blues, tiny bit of brown. It's going to be some of our sky color right there. It's quite bright. It's quite on the super bright side of blue. I'm just going to add in a touch more brown, dull it down a little bit, and just a slight touch more blue, and maybe just a tiny bit of rose as well. Darken it up a little bit, and I'm using lots of blending medium because I want this paint to stay wet a little bit so we can move some around, so we can kind of change it as we go. Man, this is a very bright sky. I'm just going to add a touch more white to it and a touch more of the rose, tiny touch more brown. Ooh, we're getting into some purpley hues now. Use that at the very bottom here. Ooh, that's softer. I like that. We can smear that in, soften up some of these super bright blues. Gonna add in a whole lot of white just for the bottom part. Boom, there you go. Ooh, I like that. A bit hazy at the bottom. Just drag it out all the way to the bottom. Past our horizon line, or what is going to be our horizon line. Smear it out a little bit like that. Boom. Alrighty. That's a first step of a sky. I'm just going to grab a different brush. A very soft brush. I'm going to straighten to some white. A little bit of blending medium. I'm just going to dip in some anti-taxman clouds. Happy little clouds. Sorry if there's anyone like working in taxes watching right now, but yeah, I'm trying to subdue my woes of having to pay that fine. It's okay. Manage somehow. Just some pure white on the brush. Letting that brush dance left and right. Doesn't really need to be any specific shape or whatever. Just get some on. Let it wiggle. Clouds can do whatever they want. Sometimes I wish I could do that. Just float around all day. Do nothing. Watch the world go by. Wouldn't that be nice? But, as usual, humans are busy. They're like bees. Always up to something. I like how this cloud is just going to fall off the edge right there. I want that part to be super bright. Boom. There you go. Maybe there's a little bit of fluff down here at the bottom. Paint's still wet because of the blending medium, the slow dry medium, which makes it super easy to get all these fluffy gradients in there. I want it to be very soft towards the bottom here, so these are very far away. Very far away. There we go. Alright, that's about our sky right there. Now, what do we want in today's painting? What do we want as a subject? Could do some rocks maybe. Maybe we should have some rocks. Just going to grab a clean dry brush. This one is very sturdy. I can really push with this one. I'm just going to mix up kind of like a dark color. Just using some blues, some browns. And what do you call this? What do you call this color? This one. I forgot what it's called, but it's kind of like earthy reddish. And all the professional painters watching me right now going, he doesn't even know his own colors? What? That's okay. I can just do whatever I want. I'm gonna grab a very sturdy brush, one that I can push down with. I'm just gonna push real hard and push some of these rocks right out of the brush. Very sharp edge. There you go. Pull it down. Let the blending medium do a little bit of magic, lightening up this color as we go further down towards the bottom. Bam. That'll do. Some of that. Maybe there's one right there in front. I like making the noises. Hope you enjoy the noises. I never really do this live, but maybe I can start like a new business or something in sound effects or whatever. If you're a scout of some kind of like voice acting company agent, hit me up. I'd love to do some of that. Love to do some of that. Just gonna scratch in some of these hills right here. Now these are all kind of like on the fairly darker side of things, so we're gonna lighten them up a little bit in a second. Something like that is a nice little setup. I'm gonna go back to a very soft brush here. I just wanna give this mountain or these rocks a little bit of a sunshiny tone, because the sun is definitely shining in this painting. Just gonna use a little bit of that same earthy red, tiny bit of yellow, lots of white. Get a very sunshiny rock color. I'm just gonna let my brush bounce around this side over a little hill, just wherever. Give it a little bit of sunshine. There you go. Doesn't really matter if the paint hasn't dried fully in our previous layer. I'm just gonna throw it on anyway. A little bit more of the orangey reds. Really set them on fire, these ones. Because why not? Some more yellow, some more white. Boom. Really set the ground on fire too. Alrighty, then maybe just to round it off, I just want a little bit of snow maybe at the very, very top of these hills. Boom. There you go. Some of that. Doesn't need to be much, just a little bit. Maybe the sun's been hammering on these mountains for a little bit already. Springtime. Some might still have a little bit of snow. But maybe other parts have already melted. Who knows? Who knows? Just gonna put a tiny touch of blue in the white. Create this shadowy color just on the other side of each hill. Drop in some of that blue color. Some shadowy, snowy areas. Use that color to kind of bind it all together in the middle. There's a little bit of haze in there maybe. Something like that. That works. Cool. What's next? Those are some pretty cool mountains, I'd say. Bob Ross would be proud. But he's always proud. You can't really do anything wrong with that guy. He loves every single painting. Just gonna use a little bit of blue, a little bit of green, a little bit of brown. I got a very sharp brush going on here. Gonna need lots of paint. I want this brush to be fully loaded with paint. Quite dark too. And quite sharp. Just with the very edge of that brush. Just gonna put in some trees here. Gotta reload the brush often because we need a lot of paint on the brush for this to work. Because we've already added so many layers of paint. And the paint is still a little bit wet with the blending medium. Which is fine, we can work with that. Just gonna drop in Happy Little Forest at the bottom here. Going all the way from left to right. And as the brush picks up more of the paint that was already on the canvas, the color is going to become a little bit lighter towards the right side as we make our way over. That's fine. Just gonna grab a dry brush. I got the other brush in my mouth right now, so I might sound a little bit iffy, but you gotta do what you gotta do. This is hard work. Very soft brush. Blend out that bottom. Get some shadows going. There you go. Not bad. It's alright. Gonna go and create some of more of that darkish bluish green. I kind of actually liked this part being a little bit darker at the bottom. I've upped the greens a little bit. Got a very bright green right here. Just gonna maybe get a little hill going at the bottom of this. Boom, something like that. There we go. Just kind of squeeze it in there. These brush strokes can be quite thick because we kind of want to cover up whatever was underneath. Something like that. Cool. Now to kind of set apart this front layer from the back layer, just going to add a lot of white into that same color, into a very, very minty green kind of color. And I want this to be a little bit more lit up towards the front as we get closer to what would be the viewer, or you, the painter. I need a bigger brush for this. Bigger brush. Load it up full of that bright green. Just gonna pull left and right a little bit. Something like that. That is super bright. And then going into some yellow, a little bit of white, mix it up, make it bright. Going straight back in. Maybe light up this hillside a little bit, maybe even towards the bottom of these trees, drop in a little bit of highlight. Something like that. Let's get some more in there, eh? Something like that. Ooh, look at that. Now we're getting some depth in there, which is cool. I like that. Basically letting the brush do all the hard work. I'm not really doing that much. What I am going to do though, I'm just going to grab a very thin brush, mix it through those colors we had earlier. Maybe even a smidge brighter, a smidge more white, a smidge more yellow. Make sure it's very bright. Let's see if we can... Not sure if this can work. Hold on. Hold on. We need to set it apart from the green, so maybe we should skip the green. Yeah, it kind of works. Just a little bit of a grassy texture here and there by whipping the brush from bottom to top. Boom. Just some grassy field textures. Makes the bottom look slightly different than the fields far away. And I think that's going to be our first little painting of 2021. Man, this turned out into a very bright and happy one. Hope you all enjoyed. So yeah, catch you on the next episode. I might do another painting right now, soon live on your YouTube channel. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to support me and help me pay my tax fine. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Catch you on the next one.